Hey, we are here at PPAI's LDW conference here in Grapevine, Texas, where we bring together regional leaders from the 27 regional associations across the United States that are part of PPAI. And I happened to run into my buddy here, Brandon Samuel with Red Hot Promotions, who just had a really interesting quote on Facebook last week. And since we've been talking about technology and PromoStandards, I thought this would be a perfect month for Tech Talk to do an update on PromoStandards, on where we are, how many suppliers are participating, and really what it means to the distributors from the distributor's perspective. So, Brandon, you had this quote on Facebook last week about how you submitted your first order to, in this case, Starline.
Yes.
And they've just gone live with PromoStandards for product data and POs and everything else. And as a distributor, what does that mean to you guys in terms of workflow and everything else?
It's just incredible because we are eliminating so much of the risk, and so we're able to take that order and get it directly in and know exactly what we're ordering. We're doing all the right steps. We're making sure that there's inventory. We're making sure that the imprint is correct, and so that's something that used to have a lot of human touches, and therein lies room for error. So.
Yeah, it's one of the sessions this morning actually was talking about the future of technology in this industry, and one of the things that was specifically brought up was the standardization that's going on and how that's reinforcing a connected workflow and reducing the risk, as you mentioned, reducing errors, reducing the number of phone calls that suppliers are getting. And I was just going to pull up this graphic here where we looked at the old way versus the new way. So if you look at an order that was submitted in the old days just as a PDF attached to an email, the supplier received it, it went into a pile. So I think in the actual case of the order you're talking about, there were 81 orders sitting on a desk waiting to be entered. And then those orders have to go to the order entry department. And then you go through artwork and proof approval. And then it goes back through the QA/QC department. Then they finally allocate inventory on your order for your customer. Then it goes in production, then it ships. And the average email and phone touches in that process is anywhere from 3 to 8.
Wow.
So once they've implemented product data and EPOs, the process looks a little more something like this, where as soon as your order lands in their servers, it goes ahead of all those orders that are sitting in that hold box in order entry and allocates inventory immediately. So you've immediately jumped over all those orders. And this is where I think, distributors sometimes, in the old days, they, as a distributor, you probably didn't care whether it was submitted electronically or as a PDF that had to be hand entered, because you didn't realize some of the things that were going on the back end. And now we're saying that you go to the front of the line for inventory, the order already has accurate product data.
Right.
And it streamlines the process and can reduce those touches down to 0 or 1 in some cases.
Yeah.
It's, distributors like you finally kind of seeing that is really helping our suppliers realize that all this work and effort they've put into building these things is finally coming to fruition, which has been great.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Are you guys doing this with multiple suppliers now?
Yeah, we have. We are with a couple, and we're just hoping that continues to grow. If we can eliminate their touches and streamline their process, or help them streamline their process by using PromoStandards, then we're just being a better partner, and we're overall delivering a better product. And less touches means less mistakes. So,
and also in the end, I assume too, means you guys get to spend more time selling and less time sitting in the office managing, overseeing the order status and everything else.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and that's a win for the whole industry. So.
Yep. Yeah. The more that we can get out and sell, the more we are able to, send more orders to our supplier partners, and everybody wins. So
that's awesome. Well, it's great to run into you at LDW. Thanks for being our guest on this interesting version of Tech Talk that's not done in my basement in front of a green screen. So we'll see you next time on Tech Talk.